Beverly. Detective Allison went to see Carl.
You never forget the look on somebody's face when you tell them that you found their spouse. It's hard. That's probably the hardest part of it.
This is what we found Beverly. That's what she'll like. And I'm sorry, but she would.
We worked so hard, to find her. We really tried to do right, and it wasn't enough.
I know she pleaded. I know she pleaded for her life and to be sent, come back to us and for her grandbabies. And I just have to know that God is there comforting her.
Aaron Lewis was charged with murder and kidnapping, and his wife Crystal Lowry charged as his accomplice. They pleaded not guilty, but his words to reporter Shannon Miller outside the sheriff's office didn't sound like those of an innocent man.
Why Beverly? Why Beverly?
She was a rich broker.
It was just as chilling in person as it was on TV. And then he gets into the car, and you're going, what did he just say?
2 weeks later, Shannon interviewed Lewis in jail, and he told a vastly different story from the one he told detectives.
Was he willing to cop to anything? No.
I didn't kill her. I didn't murder her. And anything that did occur was an accident.
Then he tried to say Beverly played a role in her own death. He implied she willingly met him at the house for a sexual hookup that went wrong.
It didn't have nothing to do with her showing her home. Just a place to meet.
In your opinion, how far-fetched was this news story about the sexual encounter?
Well, it was 100% made up, so it was completely far-fetched.
Assistant District Attorney John Johnson was assigned the case. He believed it was a kidnapping gone wrong, but needed help proving it in court. He turned to Lewis's wife, Crystal Lowry.
I thought from the very beginning that we would need to flip Crystal, and it would be important for the case for her to testify.
He made a deal with Crystal. She agreed to testify against her husband and plead guilty to murder and kidnapping in exchange for a reduced sentence of 30 years.
It's good for the jury to be able to hear, the backstory of what went on and the why of what went on.
In January of this year, Aaron Lewis went on trial. The prosecution's star witness, Crystal Lowry, took the stand and told the jury all the grisly details. She claimed it was all about money, not sex.
She said he came up with the idea of kidnapping someone, but she even went so far as to suggest real estate agents.
She testified that she was in class at nursing school when Lewis abducted Beverly.
She got a text from Aaron Lewis saying, look at this, or something like that. And it was a picture of Miss Carter bound in the trunk of the car. She said that when she got home, he had brought Miss Carter back to the house.
She told the jury when she got home, Beverly was locked in their bathroom, and what she said next showed how little thought went into this plan. Lewis had forgotten Beverly's purse with her ATM card at the property, so he went back to get it. Crystal says when he got close to the house, cops were everywhere. One even pulled him over.
This particular officer just stopped the car that was coming in to say, hey, have you seen, and just ask questions and put the person on alert.
The officer couldn't have known that Aaron Lewis was the man they were looking for.
Miss Carter was still alive, and he just didn't know it.
When Lewis returned home, Crystal told the jury that's when the couple ran out of options.
She was in the bathroom with Crystal's medication so that she knew Crystal's name.
Beverly had seen too much. They agreed she had to die.
Aaron took Miss Carter from their house and put her in the back of the car and drove her out to the cement plant.
That's when prosecutors believed Lewis did something horrific. He wrapped Beverly's face in duct tape and let her suffocate.
He came home and told Crystal that she was dead.
And then, the heart of the prosecution's case, that recording of Beverly pleading to her husband. They played it for the jury. Prosecutors argued the recording proved Beverly had been kidnapped and contradicted Lewis's claim of a hookup. So how would the defense explain that tape? Attorney Bill James chose to ignore it.
I was unable to come up with any plausible explanation for that recording that helped us.
So was this one of your biggest obstacles then? This recording?
Everything came back to recording.
Instead, he led jurors in a different direction, Beverly's personal life. You said this case is about secret lives. What did you mean by that?
In order for our defense to be correct, she would have to be living a life that was basically secret, or at least doing something that other people didn't know about.
Here's where Lewis's story got even stranger. He was no longer implying that he had sex with Beverly. He claims he was out of the house at the time.
That's what he said, yes.
Lewis said the tryst was between Beverly and Crystal. He said Beverly accidentally died during rough sex.
She died while with his wife, and he was only just protecting his wife and trying to cover up for her.
To further bolster this story, James suggested to the jury that Beverly had been prone to poor judgment. He pointed out that she was broke, but driving a brand new Cadillac and getting expensive plastic surgery.
I'm just saying, she made some bad decisions, maybe she made another one.
Finally, Aaron Lewis took the stand and told the jury the story about the alleged rendezvous with Beverly and his wife.